Hello, hello! The Sephora Spring Savings Event is here. I was about to film this video yesterday when I saw that Rephr was having a huge site-wide 40% off every single one of their makeup brushes. I got so excited about the Rephr sale that I filmed my Rephr video yesterday, so I'm running a little bit behind with my Sephora video, so this video might be up a tad late. At any rate, today I'm going to share with you my own personal Sephora sales event shopping strategies, some of my recommendations, and a couple of items that are on my personal wish list. I hope that sounds fun to you, and if it does, throw this video a thumbs up and let's jump right into it. Sephora Savings Event Basics. It is a twice-a-year sale. It happens every spring and every fall. It is a tiered sale, meaning depending on your status at Sephora, you get a different discount and shop on different dates. So if you are Rouge, you get a 20% discount every day of the sale, 4/1 through 4/11. If you are VIB like me, 15% discount starting April 5th. And if you are an insider, you get a 10% discount starting April 7th. Starting a couple of years ago, Sephora has been offering a 30% discount off their entire Sephora collection, which is their house brand of makeup, during every single day of the sale, regardless of whatever tier you belong in. So I'm VIB. I might not get my 15% discount until April 5th, but I can shop the full Sephora collection any day of the sale and get a 30% discount. I love that. So those are the Sephora sales event basics. Let's talk strategy. Strategy number 1, shop the minis. Sephora has a huge collection of minis both in-store and online, makeup, hair care, skincare. Minis are such a great way to try a product before investing in a full-size product. But more than that, there are some products I would actually just prefer to have the mini because I'll never use up the full-size product. Minis are easy to store, they're easy to travel with. I absolutely love minis. Last fall, during the Sephora sale, I picked up a full face of luxury minis. Everything for a full face: concealer, lipstick, foundation, eyeshadow, literally a full face of mini, luxury makeup, Charlotte Tilbury, Natasha Denona, Bobbi Brown. Everything that I picked up for a full face of makeup fit in this tiny little makeup bag, which is no bigger than the size of my hand. Now, I'm not going to go through every single one of these products right now because last fall I did a video where I did a tutorial using every single one of these products. So I will link that video in the cards and in the description box below. And I will also link all of these products in the description box below, as well as all the products I'm wearing on my face. And certainly, well, literally every product that we're talking about today will, of course, be listed and linked in the description box below. So that is shopping strategy number 1 for sure. Shop the minis. I absolutely love my mini makeup. Shopping strategy number 2, shop the Sephora collection. The Sephora collection is Sephora's house brand. They have a full line of makeup, lots and lots of skincare, and tons of makeup tools and brushes. Most of these products are really nice, high quality products, and most of these products are at a very reasonable price point, even when they're not on sale. But during the Sephora sale, when we can take an additional 30% off the entire Sephora collection, that brings these already reasonably priced products pretty much down to drugstore pricing. I love that, so I always try to shop the Sephora collection, and I do have a few favorites that I would like to share with you. For sure, my most used, most favorite Sephora collection product is the Sephora Collection Retractable Waterproof Eye Pencil. I have this in several shades. All their products come in tons and tons of shades, but my most used shade, you've heard me talk about it before, is Shimmer Taupe. It is a nice light brown taupe. This is a very long-lasting eye pencil, and I wear it every single day on my lower lash line and a little bit on the outer corner of my upper lash line. It just gives me the perfect, very soft lower lash line definition without being heavy or dragging my eyes down. And I love the fact that it has this little smudger brush on the end. I actually do use that smudger brush on a daily basis. I do have this in several colors. Shimmer Taupe is perfect for my lower lash line. This is my number 1 most favorite, most used Sephora collection product, Sephora Collection Favorite number 2. And this is the Sephora Best Skin Ever Foundation. This is a really nice foundation. It comes in a pump. I have it in the shade 22N. You can see it's not runny, it's thick and creamy, but yet it blends really easily. A nice medium coverage, natural skin-like, slightly radiant finish. It's a really good everyday foundation. Normally $20, 30% off brings us well into the drugstore price point. Really good foundation, highly recommend it. I have a couple of Sephora eyeshadow palettes to share with you. This is the Sephora Collection I Love in Bloom. It's a really nice neutral eyeshadow palette. I have it in the color story Chamomile. It does come in several different color stories. I think there's a pink one, a peachy one, a lavender one. This is more of a neutral, leaning slightly warm. We have 3 mattes, we have 3 shimmers, we have a matte blending shade. These are really nice quality, easy to use, $14 full price. Add 30% discount onto that and you have a really nice eyeshadow palette for under $10. Definitely drugstore pricing. Same thing with their standard I Love neutral palettes. I've spoken about this one before, so I'm not going to go on and on. These basic I Love neutral palettes come, this is light cool. It also comes in medium cool and deep cool. And then there is a light warm, medium warm, and deep warm. Again, we have our 3 mattes, our 3 shimmers, and our larger sort of blending shade. I think the Sephora Collection eye palettes are really, really good. I know they have some pocket palettes too. I haven't tried those. These are really good. They're very affordable, drugstore pricing. Definitely not, Natasha Denona quality, but for a nice, easy, basic, neutral, beginner-friendly eye, these are really great, affordable palettes. The last Sephora Collection product I'm going to share with you is the Sephora Collection Face Palette. I picked this up last fall during the Sephora sale because it reminded me of the Hourglass palette. It comes in 2 color stories. This is the lighter color story, and it also comes in a deeper color story. And like I said, it did remind me of the Hourglass, but I will say the formula isn't quite as silky as the Hourglass, but it is a really nice baked formula. We have a matte blush, a shimmer blush, a matte bronzer, and a highlighter. These blush shades remind me sort of the NARS Orgasm or the Milani Luminoso, sort of a peachy pink. I will say this bronzer is just a little bit too deep and a little bit too warm for my light medium skin tone right now. It might work out okay in the summer. Let me do some finger swatches for you. The matte, the shimmer, the bronzer, and the highlighter. So I think you can see that bronzer is pretty deep and a little bit warm. I really think these 2 blushes are really pretty. Like I said, they're sort of a peachy pink. I usually just run a brush over both of them and apply them both at the same time. And that highlighter is really pretty. So the Sephora Collection Face Palette runs $20, 30% off, and you have a really nice face palette at a very good price. I do think it's difficult for any face palette to be able to, for all the colors to work for everybody. I am hoping that this bronzer will work a little bit better for me in the summer, but I really do enjoy these blushes and this highlighter, and I am wearing both blushes mixed together today on my face as well as the highlighter. I think this is a really, really nice, very affordable face palette. So those are my 2 favorite strategies for shopping the Sephora sale, or really shopping Sephora anytime, but especially during the sale. I love shopping the minis. Minis are so much fun, and I really do enjoy exploring the Sephora Collection house brand. Lots and lots of products, great quality, fantastic prices, especially during the sale. Now, I do have a few other products that I have used and loved that I highly recommend and that I personally would absolutely repurchase. You have probably heard me talk about most of these products before, so I'm going to go through pretty quickly, mini review style. I have a couple of concealers I absolutely love and I highly recommend. You will not be surprised to hear me say the Kosas Revealer Concealer. I picked this up at the Sephora sale last fall and I absolutely love it. Comes with a doe foot. I have it in the shade 2.5. It is a really beautifully moisturizing, medium coverage concealer, extremely blendable, really looks beautiful under the eyes. I absolutely love it. You've heard me talk about it many, many times. Shades can be difficult. They do tend to run a little bit yellow, but this 2.5 works really, really well for me. The other concealer you've heard me talk about many, many times, absolutely love it, and it is the Lancome Tint Idole Ultra Wear Concealer. Oh my gosh, I love this one too. I really can't pick a favorite. I use and love both of them. The Lancome Tint Idole does come with a doe foot, a little bit larger. I have it in the shade 110. You can see that's a little bit less yellow. They're both such beautiful concealers. The Lancome is a little bit less moisturizing. It's a little bit more satin, but it is not drying. It covers beautifully. It's long lasting. I use and love both of them. I seriously don't think I can choose between the two of them. I actually picked up the Lancome in 215, and I'll swatch that for you because the Lancome 110 is pretty good for my under eyes, but it's a little bit light to spot conceal on my face. And the Lancome Tint Idole is a really good concealer for the face as well as the under eyes. So here is the shade 215, and this is the shade I really enjoy for concealing on the rest of my face. Anyway, these are two really, really beautiful concealers. You know, I have quite a few drugstore concealers that I enjoy very much, but since I picked up the Kosas and the Lancome, I find myself reaching for these over and over and sort of ignoring my drugstore concealers. These are gorgeous. Speaking of Kosas, I do have a couple of other Kosas products I love. You know, Kosas is a really nice, clean brand at Sephora, and it is moderately priced. I absolutely love the Kosas Air Brow Volumizing Eyebrow Gel. I have this in the shade Soft Brown. I'm almost out of this, and I have decided that the Soft Brown is a little bit too warm for my eyebrows. I did not put it on today, so my next shade I'm going to look for a little bit more of a neutral brown or an ashy brown. But the reason I really love this is it volumizes, tints, and holds my brows without stiffness. It also contains some eyebrow growth serum, so hopefully help me grow my brows out. I absolutely am going to repurchase this during the sale. Now I do have some drugstore eyebrow gels that I absolutely love, but I'm starting to have a hard time finding my CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow. I really do like the Kosas, so I think I am going to pick up a replacement during the sale. Another Kosas product you have heard me talk about several times, and it is the Kosas Cloud Set Powder. I have this in the shade Breezy. It is slightly tinted. I really have a hard time finding powders that work well on my 62-year-old very dry skin. Some of the really iconic classic powders have made me look about 120 years old, but this Kosas Cloud Set Powder is beautiful on the skin. It is almost translucent. There is a slight tint to it, so there are several shades. It is just a very, very silky, smooth. You can see there is a little bit of a tint. You know, I just apply this on my T-zone. It's very blurring. It does mattify a little bit without removing the glow. It is a gorgeous powder. I absolutely love it. It does tend to develop hard pan. I need to get the tape that Kiki recommended in her How to Get Rid of Hard Pan video. I've been using a spoolie to sort of brush it off. I know I'm wasting a lot of product, but it does tend to develop hard pan every few weeks, and I'm not sure why. 2022 has definitely been the year of the foundation so far. I can't even count how many high-end new release foundations have hit the market since January of 2022. I have tried 3 of them, and I would like to share my thoughts on these because I like all of them for one reason or another. Now, this is in no particular order, but the one that I have been using the longest and the one I actually have a full video review on is the Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation. I really enjoy this foundation. I have it in the shade 4N. It is a medium coverage, glowy, hydrating foundation. I think it's beautiful. It has had mixed reviews. It does have sort of a cushiony, protective, moisturizing feeling. It is not weightless on the skin, and I do think that is what bothers some people, is the way it feels on the skin. I really enjoy the protective, cushiony, moisturizing feeling on my skin. I will link my review video in the cards and in the description box below. Like I said, this has gotten mixed reviews, but I personally absolutely love it. I am not sure how it's going to work for me in the summer with the heat and the humidity, and it probably would not work for someone with combo or oily skin. But if you have dry or dry normal skin like I do, this is a beautiful foundation. You know how much I love my Kosas products. So when I heard that Kosas was launching a brand new foundation, I was super, super excited. So I did pick up the new Kosas Revealer Foundation. This has been a little bit of a mixed bag. It is very difficult to find a shade match. I had to purchase several foundations. I am returning them. I finally settled on 180. The shades can be confusing. Aside from that, it does have SPF, mineral SPF. It is a skin loving formula. I'm not doing a full review, but I do want to mention a couple of things about this in case you are interested in this foundation. It has a similar cushiony, creamy texture to the Charlotte's Beautiful Skin. Although it is a little bit thinner in texture, it has that same really moisturizing, creamy consistency. It does have a little bit more pigment than the Charlotte's Beautiful Skin, and it is a little bit less glowy than the Charlotte's Beautiful Skin. I have heard some people say it tended to dry their skin out toward the end of the day. Even with my super dry skin, I have not experienced that. I don't know, because of the shade match, because it's such a tricky foundation. So if this is something you're interested in, definitely get samples or be prepared to make some returns. I do like it. I think I prefer the Charlotte's Beautiful Skin in the winter. I think in the spring and the summer, because there's a little less glow, this might be perfect for me. But the jury is still out. I haven't really formed my final thoughts on this. But I did want to give you a little information on this in case this is something you're interested in. The third of the high-end new release foundations that I have tried in 2022. And I think this might be my favorite if I can find a color match. I don't have a bottle to hold up for you because I am having difficulty finding a perfect color. But the NARS Light Reflecting Radiant Skin Foundation is absolutely gorgeous. Sephora color matched me to Santa Fe, medium 2. That was too deep and that was too warm. So I went back to Sephora and I got L4 Deauville Light Neutral, a little too light. I also got L4.5 Vienna, light with cool undertones, a little bit too deep. The sweet spot seems to be those two mixed 50-50 together. It is what I'm wearing on my skin today. I absolutely love it. It is a thin, weightless consistency. It blends with my fingers like a dream. It has a medium coverage, natural, skin-like, slightly radiant finish. It is gorgeous. I love it. I just need to find a shade match. If you can find a shade match of the NARS Light Reflecting Radiant Foundation, absolutely gorgeous on my 62-year-old very dry skin, and I have found it to be very long lasting. I think it is going to be a beautiful spring summer foundation. The other products I'm just going to mention so briefly because I have mentioned them in every single one of my Sephora recommendations. Actually, I am going to list my Sephora recommendations playlist in the description box below, because everything that I have recommended to date, I still stand by and I still highly recommend. But you know how much I love my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. Love, love, love this. I think this might be one of my very favorite cosmetic products, period. They do have it in minis now. And you know, one of my very favorite blushes is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blushes. I have two minis. I have it in the shade Mood Exposure, which is right here, and Luminous Flush. I am never going to buy a full size of these because these minis last me a very, very long time. Here is a sample of the full size product. This is actually the ambient lighting finishing powder, and here is the mini. So I love the mini. I highly recommend the mini, and I love Hourglass blush. So those are my shopping strategies and my recommendations. As far as my wish list, I will definitely shop the minis. I will definitely shop the Sephora collection. I think I'm going to pick up the Natasha Denona Retro palette. I bought it last fall, brought it home. It scared me. I returned it. Kiki did my makeup. We did a video with the Retro palette. It was gorgeous. So I think I will repurchase the Natasha Denona Retro palette for the second time. I really do want that NARS Radiant Light Reflecting Foundation. It is gorgeous. I know I said I didn't have a perfect shade match, but I do think Vienna may be a good shade match for me as we get into the warmer summer months. That is a gorgeous foundation, and I really, really want to have it work. I really hope that shade works for me. As far as any other items on my wish list, I'm really interested in exploring some different brands. I want to try some Ilia products. I'd like to try some LYS products, and I'd like to try some Rare Beauty products. I'll continue to watch Sephora recommendation videos. I'm sure my wish list will grow. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate the time that you spent with me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you found it helpful. And please, please share your recommendations, your wish list, so we can all learn from each other. With all that being said, I hope you have a beautiful day and a wonderful week, and I really hope to see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.